Hello, good morning. Testing, testing. Welcome to McBoss Capital live stream here. Right now is 9:07 Mountain Time, which is 11:07 Eastern Time. We are 1.5 hours into the market, and yeah, let me just make sure my volume is working. Morning, testing, testing. Welcome to McBoss Capital live stream here. Okay, everything looking good. So yeah, we have some big news this morning. Well, yesterday after hours, 2 o'clock, when the Trump announced the tariffs, reciprocal tariffs for pretty much most countries that have a trade deficit, and it is quite heavy in terms of the tariffs. 10% is the baseline, and I think a lot of countries got hit hard. Let me just see here. Okay. Yeah, this is not it here. Let me go back to this one here. Yeah. So anyhow, the market dropping really big. Minus 3.7% down. S&P 4.4%. Nasdaq 5.7%. That is quite something, right? Let me just yeah. So if I go to my interactive brokers here, um, QQQ is down 5.1%. SPY 4.3, yeah. IWM down the most 6.5%. So let's go to here for a second. Really slow, I don't know why. So a lot of multinational companies, right? Nike, Apple. Look at those hits, 12%, 8%. Um, Import goods, like for example, like Five Below, Dollar Tree, those are hit hard. Gap, look at Gap, also hit hard. Um, this is from CNBC. And this is and then Nvidia and Tesla down 6%, so quite hit hard. So if we look at the chart for a second, um, so this is Russell. You can see a really big bar down right now. Um, when we look at, I'm gonna look at the index for a second. QQQ here undercut all the lows, right? So we are near this 450 mark here on QQQ. We go to Nasdaq. Um, Nasdaq is down more because of the weighted, so the big cap are down more, so it's 5.5% right now. Then we go to SPY, equal weighted. This one also making new low, 4%. We go to S&P. This one down slightly more. Again, the weighted is down more. Then we have Dow. Dow here. It's just I, as far as I heard, it has undercut the lows here. 40661. 40631, so just slightly. Um, so which means we have to start counting a temp rally again if we do reverse from here. So yeah, but yeah, I mean there's really nothing move going on like on stocks in the move. You know, you have some gold stocks here, AEM, WPM, all gold, and then you have like MCK, McKesson Drugs, FMS, Medical Care, Roland, TradeWeb, and Ryan. Those are the only few stocks that are a volume change on the positive side. So really not much going on. So let me jump to this chart here for a second. And just want to show the VIX first because um, we have a spike today. Okay, so it jumped 9%, but it's not huge, right? I mean, this bar alone right here on December, that one day drop, look at this. It jumped 74% in terms of percentage. And today we jump 9%, like almost 10. Like what a difference, right? Like I don't know. This market is brutal because it's one of those slow downtrend. Like it's not a like there's not enough fear, right, that it will spike up this much all of a sudden. Like it's spiking, but it's not like a lot, that's the problem. Uh, and it's not even hit the previous high 30 here. It might in the next few days if things start to get worse, like if countries start to reciprocate or retaliate on the tariffs, right? So then we're gonna see more spike here. Um, Basically a full out trade war, which is most likely gonna happen now because countries are not gonna sit around and do nothing. They have to do something, um, even politically, just to you know make sure that base or fat like their voters are gonna continue to side by them. If they do nothing, vote, like citizens of their country are not gonna be happy that they did nothing. So yeah, so again, not much to do right now. It's good to watch the leaders. We've been watching the leaders here. So for example, Nvidia, it finally broke the lows here. It did that the other day, but it bounced back a little bit. And look at that bounce for 2 days in a row. It's so weak, and I've been talking about that. And then today, it completely low again, like 6 and 7% now. Tesla, Tesla was one of the stocks that been holding up the best out of the mega caps, which is very interesting, despite all the negative news out there. So, yeah, so that's very interesting. And yesterday's bar was significant. Look at that reversal. It was down quite a bit in the morning and then it went up 5%. So this is worth watching. I think this stock, like this gap down right here, and then look at this bounce and then stay strong the whole day. Now today is obviously has tested the lows already. Um, it could go down. Like I don't know, but at least so far, this is one of the stock that's kind of trying not to go down. Let's put it that way. Making higher lows, right? And even this morning it's making higher lows so far. But who knows? It can go down more by the end of the day as people start to give up. A lot of people will come in to trade this market because they're hoping for some sort of a bounce, even intraday bounce. So, but really what matters at the end of the day, in the last half an hour to an hour of trading, and that's where the true test will come, whether people will start to unload more or they will sell what they have or what they traded today. Um, so yeah, um, so that's the Nvidia Tesla, and then we'll look at App and Palantir quickly. Um, yeah, so this is not making new lows yet, but it's very close. 12%. Wow, what a big jump. Palantir, this one is 4%, so this one hasn't made new low. It's already rebounding, so this looks a lot better. So it hasn't undercut this low here from Monday, and it's already rebounding. So looking at the intraday chart, look at this gap down. The first bar it was already bouncing after the gap down open. And then it's tested the low. Looks pretty good. Yeah, so probably again, we'll see what happened at the end of the day, whether you can hold this. But this is strong relative strength right there. Other stocks that I'm watching, Spotify. This one also reversing. Looks really good. Right, gap down, bounce back right away, similar to Palantir. Hasn't made new low since then. Then we have Netflix. Um, It also didn't make new low, very close to it, but then it reversed. So here's the low, very close. I don't know if it did pretty close to it. 959, 947. So it did make a slight low here by like less than 10.10 cents. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So yeah, not much to talk about today. We'll see. So what we're looking for, we want to look for bounce day, and that will be a temp rally day one, and then we can bounce for a few days, up to 4 days, and then on the fourth day, if we get a higher volume rally, then we can have a follow through day, which IBD we'll call it, and then follow through day is basically a sign that maybe a rally is underway. Um, and usually that's on higher volume. But more importantly is this list. I don't remember the last time I saw 20 stocks on this list now, like at 1 hour into the market. Um, oh yeah, and then the gold stocks today, very interesting move. In the morning, it was taken down by all the selling. For example, I own WPM, I got shaken out right here and then it bounced back. Unfortunately, I'm out right now and I'm not planning to buy back in. Although this would be a good buy right now because, um, yeah, I mean, if that's, if you want to play in the gold area, it looks really strong. All the gold stocks went down this morning, like gap down, but it kind of reversed, right? You can see the gold bullion price reversing. So, I don't know if I want to get back in. Like right now, I'm just not in the mood to even buy anything, or to trade anything because it's gonna be very volatile. I think going forward, um, there's so much uncertainty, and business will have to make decisions now, right? Like I talked about that yesterday. The two different state. First state was just going into this announcement. Okay, finally we have all the numbers now, all the tariff rates, effective rates. Now the next thing is business have to reorganize their business models to try to align with the new tariffs to see, what can they do, what can they not do, how they cut costs and all that stuff. So it's gonna be lots of pain in the short term. But when news get the word, they tend to change. The market trend will change at that moment because most people don't expect um, that the news already been discounted, but sometimes it might have been discounted, right? Obviously, today we don't see that so far. But like I said, in the next few weeks or even I don't know when, like no one knows, but at some point it's gonna turn around, and then you're gonna feel so negative that you don't want to get into the market, right? But gold is like very different. Gold is more like a hedge towards this possible recession that more and more analysts are talking about now. That could happen. Stuff like that. So yeah, it could keep going up. But I'm not saying gold cannot keep going up. Obviously, it can. And like I said today, a strong reversal is a shakeout basically. And you can look at AU. Here's a reversal, right? Um, GFI, another reversal, right? All this stock, AGI, another. Look at this reversal. Wow, this is a big bar. So it's basically a shakeout, and usually I would jump on this. But like I said today, I just don't feel like buying anything because um, I feel like the whole market, the world, right, is digesting this news right now, and anything, many things can happen in the next few days, where countries will start announcing reciprocal tariff or retaliation type of tariff, and that could cause more panic in the selling. So I'm not even surprised if we see a market crash in the next week or so because of all these problems that could happen. Anyhow, thank you for watching the stream today. I hope you like and subscribe, and yeah, stay positive. I try to stay positive. Look at the market, study it, watch for relative strength. There's always going to be stocks that are swimming against the downtrend, but it's just the odds of winning is much lower, right? You have to be so accurate to even make money at this moment. And the volatility is another problem, right? Like even you catch the right trend like gold, you're gonna be shaken out like on days like today, and and it's just very hard to trade right now. So thank you for watching. Have a